year's gonna be a year to remember. That's for damn sure.
Come on, pick up. Pick up!
Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Yellow?
Yo, Andrew!
Insane nerd?
Andrew, you there?
Oh, it's you, Carl. How you doing, buddy?
What's that in the background?
Oh, it's just about to start. Wait a minute.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge, sanctioned.
Anyway, who are you purging on tonight, buddy?
Well, that'll be telling, wouldn't it?
Oh, come on, we're all friends here, right?
Well, I've already told Mr. Moo.
Mr. Moo?
Yeah, Mr. Moo. Yeah, he's my pen.
Yeah, so about that incident before when I tried to snap him in half, but you were about to take my kill and, got a little personal.
Yeah, I can tell him. Yeah, Mr. Moo's told me I can tell you.
I really hope you're not going for Stephen Moffat. I mean, I know Season 7 wasn't the best series, but he doesn't deserve to be killed for it.
Yeah, he sings.
Singer? Peter Andre?
Nah, I got Mr. Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber, you're going for the big guns this year, definitely.
Yeah, he's a little shitbag. I hate him.
That's, I think that's probably going to be #1 for him, but unfortunately, being a celebrity, he does get the best security, unfortunately.
Well, he came over to the UK and he had a concert, yeah? Yeah, and he was late for all his fans.
Yeah, that's true, he was a bit of a douchebag in the UK. He's actually sweared he's never going back in the UK. And I guess if you're going after him, he won't be coming back after all, will he?
It's gonna involve some pretty neat hardware.
Hardware? Hope you're not using nail clippers again, like last time.
No, it's not some nail clippers.
Killing a person's one thing, but just clipping his nails just for annoyance? I mean, what the heck is that about?
I don't always use nail clippers, man.
Well, what is it with you nail clippers? You got a fetish or something?
I don't always use nail clippers. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, tweezers, man. I'm going tweezers this year.
Tweezers.
I'm gonna pluck his eyebrows like there's no tomorrow.
Plucking his eyebrows? Seriously? Do you hear yourself? Clipping nails, plucking eyes? We're giving him a manicure next, giving him a massage? You're killing a person. It's a 12-hour curfew to kill anyone. You're not giving him a fucking makeover.
Anyway, dude, look, I've got to catch a plane. I got a plane booked.
Yeah, fine, for sure, whatever. Send my gosh Justin Bieber, and if I don't hear from you again, I would see that security shut you down dead.
I'll see you later.
Yep, goodbye. Man, talking to a pencil. I think this 12-hour system is made for people like him.
Let's go and do this, shall we? Yeah. Let's go and be crazy.
Hey, don't you really want? Oh, welcome to my review for The Purge, a futuristic horror thriller about a 12-hour system that allows you to murder and basically purge and release all your hate and anger into the world. A very interesting concept. So let's talk about The Purge.
Why did you break up the sun?
So The Purge was released this year. It's from the same producers as Sinister and Paranormal Activity. It's also directed and written by the same guy who did The Negotiator and Assault on Precinct 13, the remake. Two very good films, by the way. So the storyline follows Ethan Hawke's character, and we see his family and him setting up for the purge. And things go wrong, of course, when his son lets one of the victims into his house. And of course, the crazy mob people outside basically wants that homeless person to kind of purge and kill him. And of course, things go horribly, horribly wrong. Now, I want to say straight away that I actually enjoyed this movie quite a lot. It was better than I was expecting. Now, being the fact there's so many bad reviews that are made for this movie and the low expectations, I watched this movie, not really hoping for much, just kind of watching it just to see for what it was, and I turned out to really enjoyed it for a lot of good reasons, and I wish I'm going to elaborate in a minute. Now, the actual story, the actual concept of a 12-hour killing spree free pass, in a sense, is a very interesting, and I think audiences wanted that developed more. They wanted that to be the main focus of the movie, and what we got instead was a very kind of small focus on a kind of realistic situation, I suppose, but of a small family in trouble, and it turns into kind of a home invasion type movie. If you're one of those people that are a fan of the concept of the movie but didn't quite enjoy it, Purge 2 is currently in pre-production, and I think it will focus more on the actual 12-hour killing spree, a lot more kind of open world than it was in this kind of movie. And I think one of the reasons why I really enjoyed it is because I've seen a lot of different home invasion type movies, and this one was definitely the best one out of all of them, all the ones I've seen. Usually when home invasion type movies, they're always very similar in terms of, you know, tones, and they've always got that one that is playing throughout the entire movie, and it gets a bit boring, a bit stale. Films like The Strangers, which just focuses upon the atmosphere and the creepiness, and then all of a sudden they just all get killed off pretty much at the end. Sorry for spoiling that movie, but it's just not worth it, in all fairness. That movie has one very specific tone. Same for Funny Games, and also Silent House, which I'll get to that movie at another point. The movie offers you a lot more than I was expecting. For an hour and a half movie, the movie has so many different layers and so many different kind of changes throughout the small sections of, you know, 20 minutes per section. And it's very interesting, and there's definitely some worthwhile scenes in it. There's definitely some interesting character development, and the actual concept itself is still really cool, and the actual crazes outside are interesting enough. So the movie changes enough that keeps you interested, but doesn't get boring or stale. And it's definitely my personal favourite home invasion type movie, with a very interesting concept. Yes, they didn't use it to the full extent, but I think the second one will definitely touch upon that hell of a lot more. This is basically touching the surface, scratching the surface of the actual movie, but for what it does as a simple kind of home invasion movie with that huge concept, I think it's done really, really well. Which is probably why I enjoyed this movie a lot more than other people did. The storyline is very easy. The storyline is very simple and very easy to understand. Anyone can follow this movie. It's a 12-hour killing spree, and basically a family are shutting in for the night, and of course things go wrong. It's a very simple concept, but what I like about it also, it had more than I thought realised. It has a hidden message in it which I thought was really, really cool to add. I didn't expect to see that coming. The idea of like, well, 12-hour curfew is basically you're allowed to kill anyone you want, you know, it's allowed to purge out the world, all the hate and anger you have inside people, animalistic kind of thing. But it's also the hidden message in the movie, which I thought was quite clever, about social class, but the idea of like, you know, the rich family kind of, you know, protecting themselves, shooting themselves in, or them going out, killing the poor income families. And it's the idea of kind of, you know, money and power will basically save you in this kind of new world, and if you're kind of poor, lower class, then you're kind of screwed in a sense, because you're the victims of the more wealthier class. It reminds me of kind of like, you know, like kind of gladiator type world, this kind of battle royale type thing, in a sense, the idea of respect and the idea of, you know, just getting rid of people and people of society, you know, out there. And I like the idea of that. It's a very hidden message, and I think it will be touched upon a hell of a lot more in the second movie. Ethan Hawke in this movie is seriously badass. He kicks some serious ass in this movie, more than I thought realised. Now, when a lot of people said this movie wasn't very good and there was a lot of bad reviews, I thought Ethan Hawke maybe is kind of burnt out a little bit, because he's been doing a lot of interesting projects lately. He's been doing a lot of independent movies, and a lot of these movies tend to be horrors or thrillers, and some have been at the cinemas, some have just been straight to DVD. And I like Ethan Hawke a lot. I've loved him since Training Day, and I love every single movie he's done. I don't think there's a bad movie I think he has done, perfectly honest. He's a really good actor, and I really respect him a lot. And when I heard this movie was quite bad, I thought, oh, it's a shame, because he's a good actor. And I watched Sinister also, which was a very good movie, and he was good in it. And when I saw him in this movie, I thought he was fantastic. He wasn't like an amazing and blown water acting, but I believed him as an actual ordinary guy. You know, he's worked his way up from the start of the beginning, worked his way up, you know, from a kind of low income family to a kind of, you know, wealthy family in a sense, selling kind of these security systems for the different people in the neighbourhood. And he's, you know, he's got that kind of certain stand. He doesn't want, you know, anything to happen to his family, and he gets to the point where he's like, he's got to do the right thing, and he stands up to the, you know, crazy mob people outside, and he definitely kicks some serious fucking ass. He's willing to punch some people, he's willing to shoot some people with some shotguns, and to be honest, he's just really awesome in this movie. I really liked his character, and I felt he was really good. There's definitely some worthwhile scenes, definitely some good payoff in this movie. Character development is very interesting, all the characters are very likeable, even the kid characters, which is surprising, to be perfectly honest. There's definitely some interesting tension building scene, there's some very creepy scenes in 1-2 places. Even the actual villains outside, the main kind of villain character with the mask on, saying, please let us purge kind of thing. Even I thought he was a good actor, and I believed his role. He wasn't amazing, blowing water. This movie is not an Oscar-winning performance, it's just a very interesting concept for a home invasion movie, and all the actors, all the participants in this movie did a really good job in giving me something very different, very interesting. And I felt this movie is a bit underrated, to be perfectly honest. I think people should cut a bit of slack, and I think they should compare it to other movies, like I previously mentioned, and just see what the comparisons are. So I think for a second watch for some people, it could be better. Not sure if there's an extended cut of this movie or not. I don't think there will be. It seems to work fine for an hour and a half movie. The Purge is definitely an underrated movie. Definitely recommend you go and check it out. So that's been my review for The Purge. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Do you think it was underrated? Do you think it was bad? Do you think they could have done more of it? What would you like to see for the second movie, The Purge 2? Love to know your opinions. So until next time, signing out.